Our goal is to improve resilience when dealing with stressful challenges. This goal includes the World Health Organization recommendations for suicide prevention discussed in Part 1. We are all familiar with storytelling as a means of learning. The learning here is organized around the storytelling concept of a hero's journey. The hero's journey is common to many epic stories that involve a hero who, facing a challenge, goes on an adventure, is victorious, and returns as a transformed person. Some examples are Luke in Star Wars, Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, and Frodo in The Lord of the Rings. This call to adventure also occurs when your normal life is suddenly interrupted by a stressful challenge that threatens to move you from the known to the unknown. Through a process of problem solving, often with other people, you can skillfully and victoriously come to terms with the challenge. 3 exercises are used to move you along the hero's journey. There are challenges, skills to be developed, and companions on the journey. These skills are positive coping skills that are considered protective factors to make you more resilient. We look at 5 skills: belief, persistence, strength, trust, and adaptability. You may have already used these skills or something very similar to them. Tell your story is the first exercise, and it asks that you recall a past challenge where you have successfully used a positive coping skill, belief, to deal with a challenge. In a hero's journey, this is where we get insight about how heroes go about life in their ordinary world before they're called to adventure. To begin, let's look at a quick flashcard explanation of belief. The way I perceive things is shaped by my beliefs. That means my beliefs control my actions and my attitude. My attitude is the way I feel about something. So when I say, I've changed my mind, I may have just changed a belief that resulted in a different action and attitude. When dealing with personal change, choices can be made. Sometimes the challenge can be made more manageable. Many times, however, the challenge may appear not to be changeable. Consider changing a belief to develop a better attitude when dealing with a challenge. With a better attitude, the challenge can sometimes be made more workable too. In this first exercise, think about a time when you used something like belief to successfully deal with a challenge. If possible, write your answers to the following questions. What was the challenge? Did you change the challenge to something more positive or workable? Did you change your belief to something more positive? By answering the questions, you link the new definition of belief to a past success. This makes the new learning more memorable. The second exercise, collaborate, moves you from the familiar to the unknown in the hero's journey. Recall that Luke had Obi-Wan, Dorothy had Glinda the Good, and Frodo had Gandalf to help form social support systems as they moved into the unknown. You also have a companion to work with to develop your skill and meet a challenge. Work with an associate and consider a real challenge you, your partner, or somebody you know is currently facing. If possible, write your answers to the following questions. What is the challenge? Can the challenge be changed to something more positive or workable? Can the belief be changed to something more positive? By answering the questions, you recognize the importance of social support. The third exercise, own it, asks that you reflect upon the belief skill and describe the skill in a few of your own words. You're adapting the meaning of the skill to something more usable and memorable. This is where heroes recognize change. Luke understands the hero's welcome. Dorothy has returned with the knowledge that to do anything, you must believe in yourself. And Frodo realizes he can no longer go back to his ordinary life and leads with Bilbo, Gandalf, and the elves. You too have moved from the known with Tell Your Story to the unknown with Collaborate, where you work with another person to deal with a real challenge by applying a skill. And now to Closure with Own It, where you reflect on self-discovery, redefinition, and change. Repeat this process for all 5 coping skills to improve your resilience when dealing with stressful challenges. Keeping your notes from Tell Your Story, Collaborate, and Own It can serve as a future reminder, an epic story on how you dealt with challenges and change. If you want more practice, Part 3 examines another resilience skill,